If you call out a narcissistic person, you are an empath, highly sensitive person, you are a chosen one of God, you are a starseed, you are an earth angel, you are a truth speaker, you have been the family scapegoat since childhood very likely as well. So it's about time that you speak up for yourself, stand up for yourself, and set your healthy boundaries like you should. Because you have to. You owe it to yourself to take care of yourself. It's also self-care and showing yourself self-appreciation and self-love when you do this. So when you call out a narcissist, doesn't matter how you do it, but of course, especially if you have to, for example, write crime reports to the police reports, or you have to contact the social services, for example, because you are concerned for the well-being of a child or of an adult who is the narcissist. So your concern is valid, your worry is valid. But what the narcissist will try to do is they will try to smear campaign you once they find out that they can suspect that it's been you who is behind those reports. Don't be surprised if they make a defamation report about you, because that is again a revenge tactic from them, because they cannot help but try to attack you. Of course, your concerns, your worries, what you have done is valid, like I said, it's what you need to do. But they take everything as an attack. Because again, narcissistic people do not understand about healthy boundaries. They do not understand about healthy self-worth and self-validation and actually taking care of yourself authentically and things like that. They take everything as an attack, as a personal attack. So that is why don't be amazed, don't be surprised if they make reports as a revenge about you, back at you. And again, you should not be taking it personally. I know it's easy to say, you can get shocked and scared. And of course, your PTSD symptoms can, act up again, and whatever sorts of panic symptoms you can get from this sort of treatment when they are attacking you. But again, it's not about you, it's about their issues, their own problems. That they rather smear campaign you, they rather attack you and make those false reports about you than take accountability and responsibility of their own actions, how they have been behaving, how they have been treating you and their own children, for example, or anyone else regarding the situation who is involved. And what they also can do is they will try to claim that other people also think that you are crazy, you are delusional, when you have been making these reports about them. So they're again trying to gaslight you, attack you, and manipulate you into blaming yourself, into feeling ashamed and guilty, when of course they should be the one to be feeling ashamed and guilty, not you. Because again, you are not the perpetrator. They are the real perpetrator. You are the victim of this situation, of this kind of situation, if this is happening. But that is just typically what they will do, is they will attack and they will claim that you are delusional, you are making up things. They want to make up stories about you, spread lies about you, smear campaign you to other people so that other people would not believe you, so that you would look like the bad guy, so that you would look like the crazy one, that you would look like the villain in their story. So again, let them think that. Just let all that energy just go, send it back to them. Cut off the cords in your mind energetically. Just focus on your own life. That's my recommendation. That's my advice. And of course, give it to God, because that's where it ultimately belongs. Because again, we're dealing with spiritual warfare when we're dealing with these narcissists. So it's important that we protect our own peace in these situations, and we remember that we have done the right thing, that even though they are doing the wrong thing, but we do the right thing. We do what we have to do as responsible adults who we are, who actually have empathy and kindness in our hearts, who actually have our souls intact, and we have not been selling them to devil, when as the narcissist has done so. So again, you can be dealing with, typically we're dealing with the Jezebel spirit again, because these demons take over people. So the narcissist has the Jezebel spirit within them, and they cannot help it, but they want to be controlling everything. They cannot be criticized. They cannot be attacked in any way, even though it's not a real attack again, but they always take everything as an attack. You cannot say anything to them, basically, without them taking it as a personal attack. And they will get triggered, and then there's basically hell to pay. So again, protect your peace, give it to God. Just, this is sort of like a warning and an advice video, that if you're dealing with a situation like this, that a narcissist is trying to claim lies about you, claim that you are delusional, you're the crazy one, you are just imagining things. Just remember that it's not about you, it's about them. They tell on themselves, because again, they are the delusional one, they are the crazy one, they are the scary person. You can be afraid of them, and likely you have been afraid of them, and you have had bad experience since childhood already, so this can also remind you of that pain, that trauma as well. So it is just unbearable. It is not okay. It is not acceptable to be dealing with situations with people like this. Unfortunately, they do exist. But again, I just wanted to create this quick short video here as a reminder that you're not alone, and that you just have to keep in mind that it's not about you. It is just them projecting their own shit, their own pain onto the completely wrong person, when it's not okay to be practicing this sort of emotional abuse, because that is what it is. It is narcissistic abuse. And narcissistic abuse is always psychological abuse. It's always emotional abuse, even though that person is not maybe close to you necessarily. They can be a random stranger, but they can still be hurting you mentally and emotionally and spiritually and physically, energetically, in every possible way. So that is why I like to say that it's also emotional abuse, because we are sensitive beings. So they hurt basically our character, our sensitivity as well when they do that. But again, they are the liars. They are the ones making up the stories, because they live in their own delusional world. They do not act rationally. A narcissistic person does not think or feel or act rationally, because they are a toddler who has to have their way. So they want to do whatever they want to do, and if you call them out on their bullshit, if you call them out and set your boundaries and tell them that you cannot act that way, you cannot do that to me, I don't appreciate that, I do not tolerate that, you cannot be doing that. They don't like it. They just do not like it. They don't accept it unless they really, really, really have to. So stand your ground. I've been saying it before in my videos that we always need to stand our ground, because it's literally war. It is what it is. It's what it feels like, and it's what it is, and it is just not acceptable, and we should not be accepting it. But just, heads up that if you're dealing with something like this, don't be amazed if they try to do this to you, that they try to gather other people basically to be against you. It can be just words. It's not necessarily the truth that they would have actually talked about you to other people. So that can also be the case, that they might write, for example, reports about you claiming how you are the crazy one, yada, yada, yada. And they can say, oh, I've talked to other people as well. But that's not necessarily even true at all. And likely, I don't believe that it typically even is, especially if you're dealing with people who you don't even know, who might not ever even have met you really, so they don't know anything about you. But this can happen at workplaces, schools, in apartment buildings, it can be your neighbors. So just for these situations, I think we just should have some sort of set of rules how to handle these sorts of situations. Yeah, but anyway, don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. If you need to call the police, then you need to do so. You need to do what you need to do. Trust your intuition. Of course, you can talk to God as well, but anyway, your intuition can tell you a lot, what to think, what to feel, what to do in these sorts of situations as well. Because it's important to hold on to your sanity, to your peace of mind, and to your health, so that you don't fall into their traps. Because again, they will try to scare you, they will try to provoke you as well into reacting. But what they ultimately want is for you to give up, and for you to just be ashamed and silenced and believe their lies about you. So it's not okay that you would believe those lies. You have to know yourself. You have to know where you stand in life, with people, with anyone. You have to know your own value and worth. You have to know your truth. You have to define yourself. Not those people who don't even know you, especially not those narcissists, who will only usually claim these negative lies. So don't fall into that bullshit.